Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for an experience like no other. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for The Mary D. Show, where the ordinary meets the extraordinary. The Mary D. Show brings you powerful insights and inspiring stories from a diverse range of guests. Join our incredible host, Mary D. Welch, as she sits down with thought leaders, business owners, and changemakers, sharing their journeys and successes. From career professionals and entrepreneurs to educators and beauty advisors, Mary D. Welch interviews sports figures and health enthusiasts, offering a platform for extraordinary voices. Explore the world of extraordinary people and places in business and finance, homes and real estate, beauty and wellness, education and empowerment, sports and health, and more. Want to be a guest on the show? Call 619-669-8603 or email marydwelch.com. Visit www.marydwelch.com to learn more.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mary D. Show. I know some of you we're still adjusting to this new time, but I like it. I hope you guys do. I like it. I was like, you know what? I end up getting a whole Monday back because of the 5:45. For those of you that are new and you don't know me, my name is Mary D. Welch, and welcome to the show. I'm too excited to have you. I like to welcome our live viewers. Welcome live viewers. Welcome our replay viewers. Welcome replay viewers. All of you, welcome to the show. I'm just glad that you're here today. We are excited. Oh, almost forgot. Have to say hi to Beck. Hi, Oliver. Oliver's our executive producer. He has been here since day one. Day one. Oliver's been right there. I know many of you see him at Christmas time. He'll come out and say hi to everybody at Christmas, but he's there. So hi, babe. He's in the background. Ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? You are in for a treat today. I'm really excited because the man that's going to be on here today, ladies and gentlemen, he has dedicated his life to the community. He truly has. He has gone above and beyond. And some of us, you'll hear people, I've heard people say, so where are the black men? They're there. You may not say, well, you don't see them everywhere, but this gentleman you do see everywhere. You see it at every meeting. You see it every time I turn around, I see Jalani. I mean, I'm trying to think of, I can't think of one community event or meeting that he does not come and support. If it's anything about kids, you're going to find Jalani there. And he's a father. So here's a father of 3 of his own children, but he still has time for other children. He still has time to serve his community. We live in Inland Empire, Riverside, California, but Jalani goes all over. He's not limited to just Riverside. I will say that. But he is just a fantastic human being. And I'm so honored to know him. And I'm going to bring him so you guys get a chance to meet him. Now, I'm going to read his bio. He told me don't read it, but I can tell you now. He said, don't be reading all that. That's what I said, Jalani, I know you think people don't, that what you're saying doesn't matter, but it does. And honestly, to tell you the truth, he's here today, not because of who he is. He's here to share with all of you what I don't know if he's the president, but anyway, I can tell you this. He's here to bring attention to the academic bowl, but still, I want to bring attention to Jalani because I've known Jalani for years now. I don't even know when we met. I just know a friendship was formed, and his wonderful wife, Angela, Dr. Angela, they're just a fantastic couple and a fantastic parents. I'm just really honored to know them. So let me read you a little bit about Jalani. Jalani Bakari, his government name is Darryl Martin. He has dedicated his life to service, education, and community empowerment, a mission deeply rooted in his upbringing and belief that service is a lifelong responsibility. And honestly, he shows this, ladies and gentlemen. A proud resident of Riverside for more than 30 years, Jalani has balanced his work, family, and civic commitment with unwavering dedication. He is He is a small business owner who mentors middle and high school students and serves as a grant facilitator for Moreno Valley College, helping youth prepare for college access and career readiness. As the chair and executive director of Garnett, Livingston, and Graham GLG Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit, he promotes science and education among youth. For nearly 3 decades, he has organized African history competitions for high school students, awarding laptop computers to winners, 9 of which were presented at UC Riverside in 2020. Go on. Let's see. I don't know if that's it. See a text. Sorry about that. He serves on the executive board at the NAACP and the City of Riverside International Relations Council, or IRC, and has been active in Latino Network, the group, and the Riverside African American Historical Society. As IRC president 2012 through 2014, he implemented a $115,000 Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation grant supporting sister city exchanges, enabling Riverside students to travel to China and Hong Kong, committed to local youth. Jalani has served on Gage Middle School Site Council 6 years as president and coached basketball, football, soccer, and swimming, leading multiple championship teams. He has also contributed to the Riverside Martin Luther King Walk, the CARE Project, and the development of the Riverside City Hall's Greer Pavilion. A graduate of UC Riverside with a degree in history, Jalani earned a master's in educational and leadership from Miami University, Ohio. A life member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Incorporated, he lectures nationally on student development and higher learning access. Jalani and his wife, Dr. Angela Martin, have 3 children, 2 UCR alumni and 1 current UCR current student. He continues his mission to expand HBCU access and create a living art history museum in Riverside. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you my friend, Jalani Bakari. Jalani, you there?
Barely, but I am here. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm fine. What do you mean there?
It was rough. It was rough.
You know what? I told you I was only going to read a little bit, but I knew I need to read it all. And everything I say, I mean. And I cannot tell you how proud I am to know you and your family. You've opened your home countless times for so many different events, just so the community can come together and in whatever the need is. You guys have been there. So I just want to just publicly thank you for that. For sure.
Well, I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to just be present in our own community. And, just to say that it just brings back Mildred Tyler having her 80th birthday at the house, or Woody Rucker Hughes having some backyard blues and some different things in the backyard, or Dr. Livingston, Gary Wyndham, or just individuals who we look at and we know that we'd like to share our family, love to share our time, patience, and effort with. So, along with you, the kids, the family, all sorts of things, even to be able to see your granddaughter that looks like all of you guys blended together. It's just a beautiful thing to be in this for decades together. And I thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Well, I know today we're here for a couple of things, really. And really, if you really think about it, Jalani, it's not about you. Think about that's what today is. It's not about you, but you want to just bring attention to something that's going to help kids. And that's the academic vote. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go ahead and put that flyer up because I know that's your heart. Here you go. There we go.
Oh, yeah. We've been We've been doing this since 1990. I started with Young Black Scholars in Los Angeles, and I was just super excited when Sylvia Martin asked me to help with Park Avenue Baptist Church to help their team participate. And Dr. Ralph Crowder over at UC Riverside had wrote the questions, and that was the first academic bowl here in Riverside, 2003, 2004, somewhere around there. And from there, I took it on every year after that, and missed some years because of COVID, missed some years because I was in Africa. But I would probably say we've done at least 21 out of the 24, 25 years. So we've really put that time in just to let students see something different, see their greatness. It's just a beautiful thing for them to have an opportunity to not just talk about the past, but to see those individuals who are making things happen right now. You know, we talk about the past a lot, but we got to remember there's people making history right now, and we want to know who's us.
That's true. We don't always know. I remember I was sharing with you before we went live how I didn't know who Benjamin Mays was. When I did the article on him a couple of weeks ago, I was amazed. I was sitting here going, how can this powerful man not have been recognized? To me, not to the level he should have been. And he dedicated his life.
He's an incredible individual at Morehouse, president of Morehouse University. But when he was an undergraduate and he had just crossed, one of the first individuals that he met at a good conference was Charles Young. And Colonel Charles Young, who now became a brigadier general posthumously, spoke and talked about fighting the fight, going further, and understanding that we have a history within us that we need to bring out academically. And I think if we're asking students to be great academically, the rewards should be great. That's why what we do is give out Apple laptops, the M4s. We want to make sure that what we give to the students is commensurate to what we want them to learn, because we think what they're learning is valuable. So why wouldn't we give them things that they can have for years, knowing that they want it for learning about themselves?
I agree. We have audience that have made comments. One, we have a comment from Bert. Bert said, greetings, Bert. Good to see you. It was nice seeing you the other day. Always a pleasure. And I think this is from Richard Nichols. I think it is. Richard Nichols. Hello, Oliver and Mary. I like your introduction. Well, thank you, Richard. That's appreciated. Anytime. You remember, I know Richard, as you know, too, he's a co-host of the Sandy Rose show. So he's saying hello. And this is the Care Project 666. So Jalani is the best.
Yeah, Carrie Madrid. Oh yeah, that's my girl. Yeah, Angie has been on the executive board, the Care Project. I've been a part of the Care Project decade longer, and just helping those who run into things with cancer and breast cancer, and male or female, and to be able to to be that silent partner that they can talk to, that they can get those small things and they can get those big things, which is called love and special attention and consideration. And Carrie's always been, a part of the kids since they were in high school, and she spoils the living daylights out of me.
Wow, that's wonderful. We're going to have the Care Project on the show.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, because we can never get enough of sharing. There's so many resources, but if you don't know they exist, you don't know. That's pretty much it. So we definitely want to bring the Care Project on. And then we have another comment. This is from another audience member. It says, "Hi, Mary." Oh, hi, Wybani. Tell Jalani. This says, "Tell Jalani inquiry minds want to hear the whole bio."
No.
Well, I told you, Jalani.
I just think it's the fun of, like I said, I love the past. I'm a history major, but I love being a part of Mecca in San Bernardino, Riverside County. I love being a part of Blue. I love being a part of NAACP, here in San Bernardino and Riverside. It's just active engagement and doing things that other people may say it can't be done. To be able to go to the group, at 7:00 in the morning, and listen to those ladies, bring things up and stir things up and keep things going. It's just good to have a wholeness in your community.
It is. I don't think people realize how much really goes on here. I really don't. I think they think, oh, now I know they know, because I've heard. I was actually in Washington, D.C., and I didn't even know they were on the email list. And they said, "We get your emails. We know what you guys are doing there." And what we're trying to figure out is we need to be doing it out here. And I said, "You are doing it. You just don't have someone that's spreading the news that you're doing it. That's all."
Right. And it's time. It's like we're doing right now. It's being able to give a listening ear to, those individuals who are constructing, who have created, and who have made history now, and those who are moving towards that. Because who would know that Dr. Christian Arthur is the president of La Sierra University? Wonderful individual, just great individual. And he's bringing a new concept and a new way of just feeling at La Sierra. And it's something that I think students need to be a part of. Or Aaron Green at CBU, who's teaching architecture and, at CBU, brother's just phenomenal. And he literally goes to the school and finds what he sees in the future. And I know you, and if you haven't, I know you need to do Dr. Paulette Brown's Hines. I've known her for so long, I don't sometimes know what to call her, because, she's on the Irvine Foundation. She's a fellow at UC Berkeley right now. Brown and Hines Media Services, her husband, Kirby, you just see people who are living, breathing here, doing things, and it's historical. And we need to praise it now when we don't need to wait. I always say, Paula definitely needs to be one of those 50 for 50 women that they do on the Yes Now or whatever. She's, we need to take care of and praise our own.
We do. And there's so many, like you said, locally, they're doing, she was just appointed, I'm talking about Dr. Paulette Brown Hines, to a big board position through the governor.
Yes. I think, isn't she on the transportation board?
I think so.
But, that fellowship she's doing at Berkeley, I know she did one at Stanford. The work she does with ESRI or ESRI, with mapping, and others being able to use that and to teach and to work with women, uplifting them in those fields. Those are the things we have to brag about. Those are things that are happening right now. And never to forget, those individuals like Dale Roberts, who, that parade, Black History Parade, that's one of the longest ones continuous in the country, and especially in California. It's just beautiful that it's here in Riverside.
Right.
Yeah, and it's Dale.
Oh yeah, I think it's close to 50 years now.
Yes.
And
then you see folks I called just think of Ola Faye. Just think
Oh,
of just
yeah.
being able to call her. She's in Texas now, but just to be able to say her name and just know the beauty just in that name, just
Oh,
Ola Faye
yeah.
Stevens and what she was able to do for us here,
Mhm.
in Riverside. It's just like you just say those names, those living, that Amina Carter, what she's been able to do for us as a community, as a people. You just have to say the name, and those people that most people may not know,
Yeah.
like the dean Chinaka at Cal State, San Bernardino, or
Uh-huh.
Brian Haynes, or Deborah Dees, the dean of the medical school at UC Riverside.
Right. There's so
Farida.
many people. And see, that's what what do I always tell you, Jelani? You know everybody.
No,
You know,
but that's us. If we don't celebrate them, if we don't
yeah.
say their names, if we don't open our mouths and say, hey, it's individuals like Mary Welch, who, if you think she's doing this video show, you should see her legal stuff. If you want to look at her legal stuff, you should see the books she's writing. If you think she's writing books, you should see the movies she's trying to get going. That lady, and and we're laughing at 30 years ago, First Fridays. I mean, time just flies.
It does fly. And that, I think we take it for granted to a certain extent, but this is what I've heard. First of all, get to 21. It's forever to get to 21. And after you get there, it's like zoop.
It just moves.
It's just getting there, that's for sure. But I know with everything you're doing with the academic bowl, how does that work, Joanne? How would someone get involved with that?
Well, if you saw, I'm the executive director of GLG,
right.
And if you would put GLG Science Education edu.org, and you can register. It provides you with all the information. It lets you know how you prepare your team and how you get everything ready. It gives you some frequently asked questions. And every day until March 7th, the competition, we will be putting information and giving students opportunities to learn more. So, for instance, on Tuesdays, we normally open up a Zoom call for students to be able to, ask those questions that they may want to learn how to study or to get specific information.
Right.
Or like I said, if they can take a picture and that QR code will send them there. But everything will go on at Cal State San Bernardino and the School of Education on March 7th, Saturday, March 7th from 8 to 2 p.m.
Okay, and I'm just putting these comments up because I always try to make sure I don't want to ever forget when the audience is leaving comments. And I would go back, you said from 8 to 2, well, they need to sign up. Is there a number they can call, Jalani?
Oh, yeah. They can always call myself at 714-681-3109. And there's other information online. Like I know Cam Clifford, you can call him as well. And he's online. All that information will be online.
I'm putting your number up so anyone that wants to contact you can. Hold on.
And this is for high school students, 9th grade to 12th grade. And it's Riverside, San Bernardino County gives students the opportunity to win M4 laptop computers. It's 3 per team.
Okay. I'm trying to put the number up. Say the number again, Jalani, for anyone who did. Oh, here we go. I got it right here. I just saw it. Here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you live in the IE, it has to just live in the IE, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And the teams are 3. It's 3 members to a team.
Yes.
And it's the academic bowl, and it will be on March the 7th at California State University, San Bernardino.
School of Education.
The School of Education. You can win a laptop, which is a MacBook.
It's a M4. Is it a MacBook or Pro? What is it? MacBook Air.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So that's the number. Call that number if you're interested. If you have a high school student, if you're a high school student or you know a high school student that would be interested, um, I can tell you right now it's well worth it, ladies and gentlemen.
Get a team. You'll have fun. You'll learn a lot about yourself. The one of the best things is that the students understand that on the 7th of March, we will put out the information that they need to learn. So they get 1 month to learn information that, in my opinion, you can learn in a week. Wow. But everyone has to learn it. Each player, each teammate is responsible for what they know. The topics covered is right there: Black scientists and innovators, authors and literature, athletes and sports history, young Black entrepreneurs, inland Southern California leaders, Black Wall Street and economic power.
Wow. I'm going back to the to our audience and the Care Project sent a heart up, ladies and gentlemen, and saying they were saying thank you to Jalani and his lovely wife Angie. And this comment says, "Hello, Oliver and Mary, great guest. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Ruby. Ruby she's a super fan. She's here. If she's in the country, she's here at every show. But Ruby travels, so whenever she's not here, just so you know, Ruby, you're missed when you're not here." And then also, I'm going down the list. Let's see here. We have the executive producer has comments. It's Oliver, and he says, "Hi, Jalani. Welcome to the show. It's a pleasure having you share your experience. Thank you, viewers, for joining us." Thank you, Oliver. I told you guys, Oliver, he'd be watching. So,
definitely.
For sure, keeping track. Let's see. I want to make sure I get all comments. If you left a comment, I want to make sure you have an opportunity that we bring that comment to the. It looks like I see Richard Nichols. Did I miss Richard Nichols the first time? I could have. Richard says, "Hello, Brother Jalani. You are the reason Mary and I are friends." That's true. You're right, Richard. God bless us. Oh, praise the Lord, everybody. Thank you, Richard. And I'm telling you, Richard, no, we play that whist. We be playing bid whist.
Oh, and yeah, you guys are at a higher level than I am. I mean,
we have fun. We have fun.
Oh, yeah, you guys have a beautiful time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that play bid whist, you need to call us. We actually have a bid whist cruise going out this year. First time. We're going in May for those of you that might be interested. Here we go. Let me see. I think I missed someone. I'm trying not to make sure I don't miss. Oh, we love you and your better half. Oh, it said Tiff Cute. Is it Tiff Cutie? Those are cute heels, Tiff Cutie.
Right. Really nice. That red back. I said expensive.
You know what that's my younger days shoes. That's what I don't wear those either. My younger days. But Jalani, you are also. Are you the president for the Eleanor Jean Greer? Are you the?
No, there comes a time where you have to move out the way and let other people lead. Burt Wright has taken over last year.
Okay.
During the pandemic, I thought and the chancellor was leaving UC Riverside. So I thought it would be a good time to turn over that leadership to Burt Wright. So, but I'm still a part of the Greer leadership, which is an advisory committee at University of California, Riverside that speaks to the deans and the leadership in order to talk about what's going on with the students and their comfort and how we can be an asset, to their future.
Well, I know too. Also, there's a Black alumni at UCR that has served. I'm so glad it exists. I'm so glad it started because it wasn't there before. And
Bert started. Bert was the one who jumped on it. We've started it 4 or 5 times since I was an undergraduate.
Wow.
And Bert jumped on it and really he made it happen and he gave life to it. Kiana stepped up, and now you have Marvell who's
Yeah.
doing it, and she's doing a wonderful job to the point that they will be honoring Kiana. And I think,
Yeah.
one of our community stalwarts, Dr. Carolyn Murray,
Yes.
she'll
Yes.
be receiving an award at the Black Alumni Awards banquet. So that's going to be wonderful. And I can't wait, and I will be there.
Well, you know who the MC is, right?
Who?
Yours truly.
Never.
It's too funny. Because when I talked to Marvell, I was honored. She asked me to do it, and I said sure. And I was like, that's an honor, to
Yeah, she really does an amazing thing, and love her to death. It's hard. You know how it is.
Yes.
Leadership is hard, and it's taking all those lumps that other people don't know nothing about. And I think Bert, Kiana, and now Marvell have done just a phenomenal job to keep the name us, the African American folks, in the minds of the community and the university at large. So all my love.
I have to give you guys applause because it takes a lot to keep things going and keep it together. But unless you are constantly recruiting, it doesn't happen. And they're doing a wonderful job.
Right.
I really applaud all of you. He said, I'm my hand clap, but I'm applauding all of you for the work you have done and the work you're doing. I believe there's an endowment now, isn't it?
Oh yes. Bert and Kiana, they worked hard, and they jumped on it, and we have an endowment going for African student programs for African students. And we're not going to stop. Our goal, hopefully is $1 million, so then we can have students who are, let's say, 3 weeks or a month away from their books because of financial aid or whatever. They have an opportunity to get a loan or something, that'll tide them over, and to be able to have the money, so we don't have to work on our real money. We can use the dividends to keep the kids and the students.
I think it's going to happen because all the hard work that went in to get the initial, I think they said they did it ahead of schedule.
Oh yeah. And we're going to keep doing it because we didn't expect people said, these people gave 5,000, these people gave, here, we want to give it. And it wasn't expected that, folks would step up and give of that nature. But you know how it is. Sometimes you have to ask.
That's right. That is the facts. Well, let me ask you this, Jalani. What early experiences or family influences inspired your lifelong commitment to service and education?
The education is a new piece that happened in college. The serve is like breathing, like drinking water, like walking. It was something that my mother did every day of our life. And it always amazed me that, I would be the one mad too. Like, Mama, why you always trying to give folks everything and we don't have a lot? You're always trying to give people, our stuff. And I would be mad as fire. Like really, like you could come home and your bed would be sold, or the dresser, your clothes would be sitting on the wall or whatever. And, we learned to be able to survive a different way and to have an intellect of movement and not to be attached to material things at a very young age. And, somebody eating or someone having shelter or someone having food, as our people would say, it's not just doing it, but it's doing it and not saying a mumbling word.
Yes,
you don't need to put a picture up. You don't need to take photos to embarrass people. You need to do it and feel good, knowing that the energy alone of just that blessing is more than enough. And that's the way my mother was. So I don't know anything different. And one reason why I wanted to be a part of Omega and education was that's the way the Omegas were on the campus. They wouldn't go to the old folks' home. They would get them to come to UC Riverside, and they'd sit them by the bell tower, and they would play cards and dominoes with the elderly on. And I thought, that's different. Bring them to the youth. Don't take them where they're at. Allow them to come and show them something new. And I thought that was just something special, and that's something I could be a part of. Right. And then Jackie McDougall at UC Riverside asked me to be a part of Summer Bridge program. And I really didn't know what the Summer Bridge program was. I just wanted to get my sister into college. So I figured I'd go and find out how I could get my sister into college. And I wasn't able to get my sister into college, but I found out that this was what I want to do. You mean there's a job in this world that would pay you to get Black people into college? Yeah. And you can go find them to show them, oh man, I lost my mind. For 30-something years, my mind has been on how do we make meaning of showing students that it's theirs. It's not ours, it's theirs. And, just like your son, just like, many other people's sons and daughters, the love was being able to know that when they walked out of that college, it was going to be theirs. We may have to push them. Sometimes we may have to drag them in. But when it's all over, it's theirs. And you were talking about Benjamin Mays. Yeah. That's what he talked about. You can walk in here, thinking somebody brought you here. But you're going to walk out a man. You're going to walk out. It's going to be yours. And I think that's what education provides, for you to come out of self, not for people to put stuff in you, but for you to learn enough to know that you can share with the world. And that's what I like about education. And that's why I became a part of it, and at UCR was my fun life.
Wow. Well, I can tell you, you've more than given back. You've more than have that. I mean, so many, as you know, when Bradley was the son that went to Cal State Fullerton, and I remember us talking, and that was his. I don't know if you knew this. He didn't apply anywhere else. That's what he didn't want to go anywhere but Cal State. I don't know what it was. I still don't know, but that was where he wanted to go.
I remember the fun when I had to throw you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mary, you did enough. Thank you very much. You brought your son here. Love you, girl. Burger King, or what was it, Carl's Jr. downstairs?
Probably.
I got him now. We got him. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was amazing. He was absolutely amazing.
Yes. And I want to make sure I put the number up again, ladies and gentlemen. Call Jalani if you would, or if you're interested in the academic bowl. I want to make sure we because I saw some other people come on. Mm-hmm. I want you to be a part of this. You can only, this is how I feel, and I'm thinking Jalani does too. You can only carry something so far, then you have to let another generation come along. Mm-hmm. So I know I'm getting older. I don't like to admit it, but but I think you want to turn it over to the next generation. Am I right?
Not only are you right, but we want to give it to them prepared.
Correct.
It's like when Mama taught me how to do corn, or when Mama taught us how to cook, that special meal of grandma, auntie, or whatever. It was history. It was about knowing more than just a teaspoon, or what we knew by a pinch, a dash, put a little more. But we understood the meaning of what they brought. And what I want to do at the Academic Bowl, and what I push really, really, really strong, is we have individuals who have come before us here in this city, here in this country, that we lose out on, like Ed Blakely. He just passed away. He graduated from UCR in the 1960, I think, but he was a world renowned urban planner.
Wow.
When New Orleans was destroyed by
Mhm.
the
Katrina.
hurricane, yeah,
Mhm.
they asked Ed Blakely to come and to be a major part of that.
Right.
Look at Kathleen Johnson, a mathematician
That's right.
who knew math better than anybody in the world at the time, who could get the
Yeah.
projection of you could go to the moon, but you had to mathematically know the curvature
Yeah.
of when you left gravity of Earth, what the curvature was going to have to be to land on the moon. And she was the only person to do it. But to me, NVIDIA, which is a great chips for super chips,
Right.
superconductor chips, and their number one chip, their greatest chip, is named after a black man named David Blackwell. And he
Wow.
did game theory, he did probability theory. He was a super mathematician. And
Mhm.
their number one chip at NVIDIA is named after an African American. But how would we know?
We don't. Like,
And
it's
that's
so
why,
much you don't know.
and that's why I've always did the academic bowl, because I know that I went 12 years of school and I learned a little bit, but it isn't nothing than
Yeah.
learning about the greatness of yourself,
Yeah.
about knowing what you did in ophthalmology and cardiology, what you were able to do in medicine, when you brought vanilla, when you taught people how to inoculate. These things came from Africa. Just,
Right.
Africans saying we've done this for years. I don't know how many, because my grandfather just showed me how to do it. It's always been in Africa, or how to inoculate vanilla, the trees, to make it turn into the vanilla, was a young lady who taught Americans how to do that. It's so
Wow.
much that we have that's missing. And if we only knew our greatness, we'd understand that chemistry is us, chemistry.
Right.
So if they didn't have to learn about the blacks, they in Kemet, they wouldn't
Mhm.
understand science as they know it, physics as they know it. But we don't know it.
That's
So
true.
when we take the opportunity to learn about self, not to brag, but as they say, to be a vitamin, to be that multi supplement to what you learn in school.
Right.
It's that vitamin that gets you over. It's something that supplements what you're learning in school, so you can learn how great you were
Right.
before, because nobody discovered you. You
Yeah.
already existed.
I mean, universities existed before anywhere else in the world. They were existing.
Timbuktu,
So
right?
we don't always.
University of Al Salam. Just too many.
That
Mhm.
that I think without a doubt that's where you get that empowerment from, when you know from where your people have come, and it did not start with slavery. So that alone changes your feelings about yourself.
Right. And to understand that even when they say slavery, they have to understand that that was 1619. It was
Yep.
already going on in the Yucatan Peninsula. If
Yeah.
you just go to Cancun, you'll see that they could have gave to the Spanish, the French, and the Americans, and the Portuguese if you were in Cancun. And the
Right.
only reason why they stopped doing it in Cancun is this guy named Yayaga. He had a major revolution. It was the second largest revolution in this hemisphere after
Wow.
Haiti. But he stopped the slave trade in the Cancun, and he died in 1618. And in 1619, a Spanish ship was taken and 20 plus Africans were brought to Jamestown. So if you know the story, we were already coming here, but we were coming in the Yucatan in Cancun.
Right.
But that isn't how the story is told. So we learned that we got here in 1619, but they were already selling Africans in Cancun in the 1400s.
Well, I can tell you that story. If you don't know that, I know the book, 1619. I started reading, I still have to finish it. That book is deep.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, she's phenomenal. I've heard her lecture 4, 5, 6 times.
Wow.
Oh yeah. And remember the basic premise of 1619 Project, in which they're mad, they're superiorly mad, is she's saying that the one thing the Europeans have not learned is how to live with us without being upset and not being able to handle our greatness. And what's going on right now.
Yep.
Especially African-American women.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think without a doubt, we're definitely under attack. No doubt. And one of the most highly educated is African-American women.
And the most educated in Europe. You know, especially if you go to England, it would be African-American women. You want to talk about small business and small business owners? Oh, definitely. We would definitely have to talk about African-American women and their entrepreneurship and their educational prowess.
Wow. Well, I can tell you, we have a couple of comments. I was putting them up from the audience. One is from Bert, and Bert was saying, he said 2016. I don't know if that was when he meant. That's when
that's when we started it, right?
Okay, and then he said the endowment is multiple 5 figures and creeping up on 6 figures. Excellent, Bert. That's very good. Bert has been a guest on the show. Bert has been here.
Definitely.
Thank you, Bert. Thank you for all the hard work you guys have put in, because things like this, people don't know, they don't just happen. It takes time. It takes leadership. It takes determination. And that's why I was putting this up again, ladies and gentlemen.
People to stay here. They have to stay here for the fight. And you had Bert. Bert was one of the students I recruited out of Hesperia.
Okay.
Ninfa Delgado, if you haven't had her on your show, oh man, Ninfa is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, but I didn't get a chance to meet her at the event.
But I know her since elementary school.
Oh my goodness!
Her brother was in her brother's wedding in Mexico. Ate at their table so much. Her mother used to say how greedy I was because she used to cook home cooked meals and I was there. It's just it's beautiful to have the attachment and to see how we link the ties that bind.
Wow.
Because people teach so much different. They don't understand, how do we bind? Like, what is it? Like, let's say the academic bowl.
Right.
What is America to me?
Yeah.
When I hear that, the first thing I think about is Langston Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
When I see it, I know I'm asking, what is America to you? What is in your voice? From what you know, from your experiences, and from the moment you were born in your Americanism, what is it? What does it mean to you? Because it will mean something to everyone different.
Right.
But what I do know is if you ask Frank Sinatra, he would have sang a song saying, "What is America to me?" And he was asking a question, is America really as free as they say it is? And do you let everyone be American? Or is it privilege for a few? What is America to me? And how does it feel?
This time, ask that question. If there ever was a time to ask it, it is what's going on now.
Right.
Because even the unfortunate loss of life that we've experienced. I mean, in the less than a month, for two people to lose their lives for doing what they knew they had every right to do, and to die for that. It's saying they were out in the community knowing that that's just it can happen to anybody. Let me just say that.
And I think the shots were just graphic. But I think the one was to see the 70-year-old white guy who was just so upset. He's like, I believed in this. This is mine. I've been here my whole life. This happens in other countries. This happens in developing world countries. And he's like, I just can't believe that he was a bookstore owner too. And he was like, no, this isn't the way it's supposed to happen. And I say that's why reading is fundamental. That's why book banning is very, very scary, because what are we saying? Or what happens when they take away the books and you have to pay to go on Google, or you have to pay to use Wikipedia, or you have to pay to use the website? And even when you pay to use it, they're telling you what to think.
That's right.
We have to take into consideration that everything we're looking at isn't trying to always tell us the truth. It may be telling us something,
right,
but the truth may not be what it's set out to do.
And that's unfortunate, because now you don't know what to believe. That's what happens. You don't know what's the truth and what isn't, and what you just don't know.
Right.
And now with all the different AI and it's so much, until just keeping up with what's going on, it's a job.
Oh yeah, and that's why you have to have a group. That's why you got to work in teams. That's why you have to know some people know how to do things better than you, or they understand the small nuances that you know how to do it, but you may not understand those little small nuances. And when you work as a team, yeah, you can do it, but once you get here, let me put this here. Once you get here, let me turn this here. Okay, go. And it was the small things, but they were super important.
Right.
It was just like getting on the call. I was really good at being on the call and stuff, but it was someone else who had to help and to get me, here, because of his quickness and his diligence in making it happen.
Oh, it's like I said, the technology is faster than we can even imagine. Every single day, something changes, or a new app, a new this, and it's just, it used to be, you could say weekly or monthly. Now it's daily. Every day, something
every
new.
Day.
Yeah. And
right.
it's a constant. It's a constant, movement of trying to stay on top. At least you can't learn everything, but you try to learn something. It's
right.
To stay. And
you learn how to learn from your youth, because individuals like KJ Casey out of San Bernardino, Cope, helping me, Renique Brown helping me. You have various other individuals like Cam Clifton. He probably does more work than me and takes more abuse from me than any of the others. And he's been helping for 3-4 years now.
Okay.
We have a series of individuals, but I don't try to do it myself. I try to ask questions from those who are younger, and they let me rant and rave, and then they tell me, okay, we still need to do it this way, because the kids won't get it, or they won't understand it. So what we're going to try to do this year is we're going to let more students participate, not just the smart ones. We want all of them to participate this year. So we've created that the academic bowl for this year will include all the students combining their scores of what they know and what they learn. We'll utilize pen and paper. We'll utilize Kahoots. We'll utilize Jeopardy format. And
Oh,
all of them have to learn. Some of them, they work as teams. Some of them, they work, um, separate against all the other teams.
right.
But it's the fun in knowing that you're competing with other people to learn about knowledge about you, and self-knowledge about you is some
Mhm.
of the best feeling in the world, knowing how great you are because you sat down with your friends and with
Right.
everybody else and learned how to be successful, learn
Right.
to know the greatness in your community. I thank you very much. Always have to give my wife, Dr. Angela Martin, credit, because she's the reason why I can do all this stuff and become
Yeah.
so active in the community. And, everybody who see her, tell her to be nice to me and give me,
I see.
and
I'll take it back, Dr. Angela. I hear him.
oh no, I'm saying that because I know Carrie's on the line and Bert, so I'll get some love somehow.
I know. Well, I can tell you, and I love Dr. Angela too, and she is just wonderful. You guys complement one another. That's for sure. I know
Thank
too, Jalani. You have two UCR grads in the
you.
family, and one attending UCR now.
Nope, I have a UCLA grad who's
Okay.
finishing up his CPA right now. I
Wow.
have two UCR grads. One is attending Cleveland State University, and
Wow.
one is the assistant women's basketball coach at Cal State Northridge.
Wow. All right. I tell you, because one's in law school.
Yes, Dikembe, he's in his first year of law school at Cleveland State University
Wow.
and loving it.
Oh, and then he's gonna be fine. If he's loving it, he's gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, it's cold too. It's very cold. We went out for his birthday. It was extremely cold, but it makes him stay inside and study and learn more. The baseball stadium is down the street. The basketball stadium is down the street. The football stadium is down the street. The what is it? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is all of that is in walking distance.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
life is good.
Well, tell me, Jalani, how did you structure the mentorship with middle and high school students to prepare them for college and their careers? How do you do that?
Well, I think really when you're studying for college and careers, I think you should do it starting in elementary school. We have something with young Black males, especially, which is called the fourth grade failure syndrome. And that's when young Black males get tired of hearing all that that stuff. And they begin to turn off. And you begin to start seeing the suspension and the expulsion and all that rate. Because what they're learning, you only can put so much crap on your garden. You can't keep putting crap on it. You gotta cultivate it. The seeds have to grow. They gotta come up out of it. So the sun and the water must produce something to make them feel good about themselves. And if they're in fourth grade, they start to see that knowing about themselves isn't at the highest level. They started to feel as if they're being secondary. But outside on the playground and everywhere else, why am I so much better than everybody? But I don't get it, or I don't know. Like, I don't understand how our kids cannot know math. Or science or whatever. It has to be taught because we should know. In middle school, our kids should be taking Algebra 1 and geometry.
Right.
They should take Algebra 2 in 9th grade. They should take statistics in 10th grade. They should take or pre-calculus in 10th grade, AP statistics or calculus in 11th grade, and then AP statistics or calculus in 12th grade. As long as they're in high school, they should never get rid of math. or English
Right.
or science. And if you're trying to go worldwide, you should just learn a language, and you should learn it so well that you can converse in it, and that you can have a good time in it. Because think about it, all the Chinese students, all the African students, all the Haitian students, all the students who come to the United States have to know English.
That's right.
But we will go to another country and think English is good enough. We don't have to know their language.
No.
That's all cultural arrogance.
That's how we act. Yeah.
Yes.
We're one of the few countries in the world that's not required to learn another language.
Right. Now we are. They put it on them now. But you can graduate from high school not having to know another language. And it's almost abysmal. I actually think they should teach Spanish. This should just be automatic in high school.
Yep. I know a lot of people.
There should be no reason.
They're in what is it called? Dual immersion program.
Dual immersion. Oh yeah. And those students are going to be smarter because their brain is being worked to not just know Spanish or English by breaking it down in English. Says, okay, I know it in English. Oh, that's what it means in English. So now let me say it. No, they'll know that language a lot different. And that's a beautiful thing.
Well, as a grant facilitator at Moreno Valley College, what common barriers do students face in accessing higher education, and how do you help them overcome that?
First of all, being informed, knowing, like I said, not waiting until high school, but knowing in elementary school. Advocating students go and have college visits. Take them to airports, take them to the train station, take them to a car company, take them to places to let them see that not only do you need to work hard in high school just to get a good job at one of these companies, but you may want to go to college so you can become the manager, or you can, move up higher, in the industry. But I think college is great when you connect it to something, like connect to being a journalist. So write at your local school, go become a part of the Black Voice. I think you muted yourself. You're muted. Okay.
I'm sorry. There was you guys guess you could say emergency call. That rarely happens, but every now and then. But I had to let it go. I'm sorry, but I'm in the middle of a show. So they said, no, it happens. It does happen.
Right.
But no, can you go on?
You have to keep students interested. I don't think you should beat people up to make them want to learn. I think you keep them interested by making meaning. Take them places they can pick up rocks. They can learn by grabbing worms or snakes or whatever. They'll be attracted. It may not attract you one way whatsoever, but you'll find that they like piano, or they like musical instruments, or they like messing with electricity. But give them an opportunity to explore and learn, and they'll surprise you every time.
Oh, I believe it. That's for sure. What lessons about coaching championship teams have translated to your leadership and community work? Coaching championship.
The easiest way to do it is first meet the students where they're at. We hear that a lot, but do we listen? It's not just meeting them there, but do we hear what they're saying?
Right.
And when we're listening to them, do we situate learning from their experiences? How do we say, oh, you mean this? And show them that not only was I listening, but I can teach you from how you learn. And as soon as they say, oh, you give me A's, Mr. Bakari, he understands, look, blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as that happens, we can mutually exchange meaning. We can
Wow.
work. He can teach me. She can teach me, and I can teach them. So I said one way that we do it in student development theory
Uh-huh.
is meet them there, show them that you understand and you know, and allow them to come into your world from letting them know that you understand the world that they come from.
Wow. I think that's big because that means that you're saying, I've been where you are. I'm not just saying this. I know exactly how you feel because I've been there.
Right. Or exposing yourself of not being there, but you mean this, or show me how.
Mm,
But kids are into authenticity. They're into realness. You don't have to be them. You have to
right.
let them know that the person you are is
Uh-huh.
allowing them to be that same them.
I'm just putting this up again because I want to make sure if anyone is interested in the Academic Bowl, please go on and sign
Tell a
up because
friend.
it's coming. It's approaching fast. So this is already, what are we at, February 2nd of
Yes.
2026? It
And we
seems
will
like
drop the information on the 7th of February. We'll drop, or 7th, 8th, we'll drop the information, and they will have 1 month to study that information that we provide them.
is it the 7th of February or so 7th of February, they have 1 month to get ready for March 7th.
Right. Everyone is registering now. We don't
Oh,
put, like you see all that topics covered that we talk about. We
uh-huh.
don't put that into the web until the 7th of February because we want to give everybody registering the same amount of time.
Got it. Well, that would mean this Saturday. So, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen,
ma'am.
you
Oh,
want to
yes.
register so that you get everything right on time.
And
Keep
get it
that in
done
mind.
now.
And I'm
Yes.
going to put Jelani's number back up too, because I want anyone that would like to get in touch with Jelani to have that opportunity. I have two numbers here. Well, first I'm going to put that number back up. Well, this is the office number. To get in contact with me, that's the number, 619-669-8603. Let me put that number up while I'm putting up Jelani.
And we have numbers when they're registering. They'll have, I'm pretty sure Cam's number will be there and my number will be there, the 714 number and a 951 number.
Okay. Let me see your number.
Did I mess up?
Put it up. I have to go back and get it, but I will find it. Here is it. Here it is. Jelani right there. Okay. There's Jelani's number. I think it is. Okay. I want to make sure that you have these contacts, ladies and gentlemen, because those of you that received the email, you have the flyer. The flyer is going to go out again. It may go out tonight because you want to make sure that you start on time. You don't want to start, a week later when now the other teams have a week head start on you. You want to start on the 7th and have your teams ready. So that's what we want to make sure that you get this information and that you have the contacts. So, and that's really important too. But I do want to ask you, Jalani, do you have any final words for our audience?
Well, get involved, enjoy knowing about self, and go further, learn stuff that you don't know, and push yourself. One of the ways I push myself is I was never that good in art. I was never an artist. I was never a draw person or that person who comes up with that incredible art piece. So I pushed myself to be a part of the Black Arts Museum and to be an executive member of the Black Arts Museum, to bring art and to bring things here to the Inland Empire that I can enjoy, that I can let others share, and to do something that isn't here now, and to work so hard that in 5, 10, 15 years, it'll be something that we can say, hey, we fertilized it, we made it happen, and we want to give this away to those who know and understand why art history and why history in a Black Arts Museum is needed. So if I was to do anything, I'd say get involved and to do things that may not necessarily make you great, but it'll make our community worthwhile. Thanks,
Right.
Mary. Hugs.
You're welcome, Jalani. Thank you for coming out and being on the show today. I really do appreciate, because I know you're a busy man and you're taking time out of your schedule. Thank you so much for being here.
Really appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming to the show today too, because you're busy and you had things you could have been doing, but you took time out of your schedule and you came. I do want to advertise a couple of things going on in the community before I do. Thank you again, Jalani. The one thing this Saturday, for those of you in the Inland Empire, is the Black History Month kickoff. It'll be at Central Middle School this coming Saturday. I believe it's 6 o'clock. If you go online to the Adrian Dale and Carmen Roberts Foundation, and it will have the kickoff. It'll have the Black History Month parade. The parade is actually on February the 14th, but the kickoff is on February the 7th, this coming Saturday. I don't know if it's too late to be a member of the parade or not, but I do know that you can still go to the kickoff, which is absolutely free. And all you have to do, I think you have to sign up, but just go to the website. It's the Adrian Dale and Carmen Roberts Foundation. And you can, they just want to know how many people so they can order for the caterer. And that's this Saturday. The parade is the following Saturday. And there's so many events that go on in Inland Empire for Black History Month. You literally cannot keep up with them. So I would encourage you to go to there's websites, there's events going on our campuses, whether it's community college, the universities, high school campuses. Black History Month is just full of so many activities. But I definitely wanted to take this time to thank you all for coming and being a part of the Mary D Show. If you're not already getting the emails, let's say you're not getting them. I don't know. I'm hoping you are, but I'm going to leave the number here for you. Please call this number, speak slowly and clearly, leave your name, your email. If you would like to leave your cell phone number, there's an email list and there's a cell list. You get an e-blast and there's a text blast. That's the way I'm describing it to you. The e-blast, there's literally thousands. If you're getting an email, thousands of people receive that email. If you receive a text, thousands of people receive that text. But they're there to really notify the community of different activities going on. Also coming on February the 20th, Valentine's Day. Also on that day, there is a comedy at the Mount Rubidoux Seventh-day Adventist Church. You can contact the church and they'll tell you. I know the tickets, I believe, are $25 per person. I want to say $50. Don't quote me. $50 per couple, but very reasonable. And that's coming also on February the 14th on Valentine's Day. So I'm giving you all this information because sometimes you may or may not be on those lists, and so you may not have seen the flyers as they're there. So I want to make sure you get that, and you get a chance to attend some of these events. Some are free, some are they're fee based. But what I noticed, the fees are very reasonable. I haven't seen anything where people could say, "Oh, that's too much money." They're very, very reasonable. So the only way things go on, ladies and gentlemen, is that we support them. When these activities are going on, this called clean comedy at the church, at the Mount Rubidoux Seventh-day Adventist Church on Victoria in Riverside. Clean comedy means there's no profanity. There's nothing that's going to be of a sexual nature. It's that kind of comedy. And that'll be on Saturday, February the 14th, except I don't know what time. You'd have to call the church to find that out. You're welcome to attend. If there's anything, nothing else came to me today that I could see through the emails. If it had, I'd go in and announce it too and let you know about it. But I want to thank you for coming out today. We'll be back next week. Next Monday, 5:45. The Mary D Show is live at 5:45. I am loving this new time. I know it's 8:45 back east, 7:45 Central Time, but it's something about just right in the evening and spending time with you. Thank you to each and every one of you. I love you. God bless, and I'll see you in a week. Bye, everybody.